We call this special board meeting to order at 3:33 PM on August 28th, 2025. Get roll call, please.
Mazer.
Texoni here.
Mask on here. Agenda. Can you get a motion?
I'll move.
I'll second.
Eric, any changes to the agenda?
No, sir. We're good to go. Thank you.
All right. Any public participation at this time? No.
Not at this time. Thank you.
Oh, sorry. We need to vote on the agenda. A little rough getting started again.
Mazer.
Texoni, aye.
Mask on, aye. No public participation?
No, sir. Not at this time.
Thank you. Can I get a motion to adjourn to closed session?
I'll move.
I'll second.
Call the question.
Mazer.
Texoni, aye.
Mask on, aye. We adjourn to closed session at 3:34 PM. All right, we reconvene this special board meeting at 4:30 PM. Yolanda, would you lead us in the flag salute?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Brianna, would you read the civility statement, please?
I sure will. The civility statement states, communicate clearly and concisely with respect for others' time. Listen objectively, carefully considering the opinions of others. Understand the counterproductive effects of disruptive, demeaning, and intimidating behaviors. Understand and respect district policies and procedures. Respect the district's rich history and the efforts of others who have served in the past.
Thank you. Closed session. There was action taken in closed session tonight. The board unanimously approved the leave of absence for employee number 64161. The board unanimously approved the staff's recommendation to accept the settlement agreement for student number 4001840. Item 6, public comments, recognitions, and reports.
President Mascon, at this time, we have one comment card. Possibly two. Thank you.
Ms. Ruthie Brock.
Hey, I'm Ruthie Brock, and I'm the Director of Acton Takes Action. I'm leading the community opposition against 3 battery energy storage projects, also known as BESS. They're the Humidor, the Matai, and the Prairie Song. The Humidor has been approved by LA County, and we're challenging that in Superior Court at this time. The same developer is proposing a second project called Matai, which has a target online date of 2033. The Prairie Song is a huge project and will store 1,150 megawatts of energy. It will utilize fire-prone and toxic lithium iron phosphate batteries in 2,035 shipping size containers, spreading over 70 acres and over 1 mile in length. This project is in the CEC opt-in approval process, which has community benefit requirement for all applicants. This requirement calls for 1 or more legally binding and executed agreements with a qualifying recipient from within the community the project will be cited. Over a week ago, I made a major effort to forewarn the community groups throughout social media, outreach, and direct emails. I'd like to thank President Lester Mascon for his personal reply to the developer's outreach email. Thank you for showing how informed you were on the subject of battery energy storage and for stating why our community does not support the project. Appreciate that. I feel like a proud mama. I don't believe the board has taken an official position on the subject of community benefits. We would like to welcome the opportunity to sit down and speak with you about our superintendent to further explain what this project could mean for the community, but also what your opportunities might be with regards to community benefits. We believe these battery energy storage projects would bring great harm to our community with health and safety risks, negatively affecting our property values and threatening our rural lifestyle by industrializing the entire eastern portion of Acton. We are trying our best to stop them from developing here, but if we are not successful, we want to make sure that these potential community benefits are appropriately directed to provide the most benefit to our community, with our school district being at the top of that list. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Ms. Jackie Air.
Hi, yes, thank you very much for having this chance to talk to you. First of all, I want to thank the school district and Yolanda in particular for helping arrange the meeting that we had last night dealing with Edison's PSPS events. As you may know or may not know, the Acton Town Council, I'm speaking today on behalf of the Town Council. The Town Council is deciding whether to file a complaint with the Public Utilities Commission regarding the PSPS events of last January, because we've compiled a significant amount of evidence showing that what they did was unreasonable, as that term is defined in the Public Utilities Code, because they cut power, and they admitted it last night when winds did not exceed the thresholds that they're legally bound to comply with per their own wildfire management plan, as well as several commission decisions. So that was the point of last night for at least the town council and the community, was to decide if we can get answers that were good enough to just make a decision on whether we move forward. So I really appreciate the school district providing the facility and, you know, the expertise for the AV equipment and everything. So thank you very much. Another thing is that we are submitting a letter to the California Energy Commission regarding the Angelino project that Ruthie was just talking about. And we have we pointed out that we understand somebody who works for a company called Better World or One World or something like that has been contacting individuals in the community about how they can align the Angelino project with the priorities of organizations. And so we are asking the CEC to please, we're pointing out that that's not the effective way to secure community or have community discussions on community benefits. It's divisive, it's furtive. Don't have one-on-one backroom meetings with certain people. So we have asked them to please convene a public meeting where all groups, community-based organizations, school district, other groups can come and talk to them about what their plan is, you know, what their budget is. So we as a community can have input, you know, holistically and not like be fighting each other for resources. And I agree with Ruthie, the school should be a big part of that. And hopefully, you know, whatever, if this project goes through, and I'm not saying that that's something I want or the town council wants, but, you know, if it does go through, we want to make sure that the benefits accrue to the community and important organizations. So for example, in their application, they have said that for their community benefits, they're going to be entering into long-term contracts with labor unions who are out of Orange County and Los Angeles County, and their headquarters are in the city of LA. It's called the LAOC Labor Union. And we have said very clearly, that's not a local organization. And the AB 205 says very clearly, you have to enter into binding contracts with CBOs for that benefit that represent the interests of the community. So there's a lot of grist for the mill, and I'm hoping this community will be able to come together and talk to the developer about these things so that we can all sort of holistically decide what would be best based on their budget and their timing and everything. Because they've said they're going to spend their money on advancing county priorities and advancing Antelope Valley priorities, because they have said, because Acton is not a city, they're just going to make sure the county benefits. So we're digging in our heels very, very stubbornly and saying, no, has to be here in this town. So I'm hoping that the school district, if we can get that meeting together, the school district participate, or in the alternative, if, you know, town council and Ruthie's organization maybe can sit down and talk with some of you. I know not all of you, because that would be more than a quorum, but anyway, we would really appreciate that. So if you could agendize something like that, we will be here to support it. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Oh, yeah.
I'll make it brief, but I just wanted to thank you too. Ruthie, I see you all over Facebook and social media, and it's really, really nice to see you in person. It's nice to meet you. From the bottom of my heart, from me and from our whole community, thank you so much for the work that you're doing. And personally, if something ever came to a vote here on the school board, my vote would be to absolutely back what you guys have going on, because you have just worked so much, and on behalf of our community, thank you, thank you, thank you. And Jackie, thank you too. Have been for years. I mean, I've told you before, for years and years, you've just been a force in our community. So these two women are just absolutely incredible for our community. So thank you so much for all you do.
Yeah, thank you for the education on it for sure. 'Cause- yeah, yeah. All right. Item 7, correspondence, proposals, and reports. Add a representative? CSEA representative? No student representative yet? What's the status on that?
The status for the student rep, our wonderful Dr. Smith, I know that she's taking applications. She's put that out there to the student body. And I think in the next week or two, we might, garner a final candidate for the student rep position, maybe for September 11th board meeting. So keeping fingers crossed. Thank you, Dr. Smith.
Superintendent's report.
Thank you. All right. Tonight I'll be focusing on Goal 1, student achievement, as well as Goal 2, effective instruction and leadership. Starting with Goal 1, student achievement, a formal welcome back. Seems like months ago, but it was only a couple of weeks ago, a few weeks ago, 2.5 weeks ago, give or take. Welcome back to our students, parents, and staff to the 25-26 school year. Hope summer was a time for rest and recharging for us all. We kicked off the year with hardworking staff and eager, smiling students. The AADUSC now proudly operates 4 sites, plus a robust district-wide virtual academy via Acellus. I'm thrilled to share our enrollment numbers keep going up for the past 4 years. We are at 1,120. That's 60 plus students since early June when we concluded our 24-25 school year. So that's always a cause for celebration. Goal 2, effective instruction and leadership. District office team has been very busy putting pieces together for the opening of schools clearly. So thank you to everyone involved. Early August 6th, we held our new staff orientation. Thank you to Ms. Erdrich and team. Introductions were made at the district office level alongside with our principals, sharing out their vision, mission, and scope of work for the school year. Our fantastic IT team was able to take care of new staff and their technology needs as usual. Also, a bus tour to all three sites in our community was arranged for new staff. So we're thrilled to welcome amazing professionals and educators to our district. August 7th and 8th, we had our professional development, district-wide professional development. Some of the topics covered was iReady, a review of the California dashboard, mindfulness tools, verbal de-escalation strategies, and more. You can see in the pictures, everybody was very engaged. So thank you, PD Council, for your efforts in ensuring our teachers and staff receive what they need to be successful. Our annual welcome back breakfast was held on Tuesday, August 12th. We formally introduced new staff, took the opportunity for my team and I to share all of the behind the scenes work, which took place over summer to get ready for school's opening, and time to share our focus and vision for the new school year, concluding with a very robust team building activity as you see there. That same night, Meadowlark and Little Owls held their back to school night, which was an absolute success. Standing room only in the classroom, so kudos to Meadowlark team. And here's to a successful, wonderful, safe school year for 25-26. Congratulations all for a good opening of schools. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Sakian.
Sure.
Facilities and Finance Subcommittee report. We met this week with the Facilities and Finance Subcommittee, where we received an update on summer projects. It's quite an extensive list, so we'll be asking Ernesto to provide a formal update at the next board meeting so everybody can see where we're at and how that's going. Good news is they've realized a lot of cost savings along the way, and it looks like they'll get all the projects done at least before the end of this calendar year. We revisited the update on enrollment, which is great because that will hopefully close some of the budget gap that we have, which maybe take a little bit of pressure off of our cost savings measures cost-cutting measures. We will be looking forward at the next Facility and Finance Subcommittee meeting to getting a forecast on, well, potentially that one or the following one, an updated forecast on where we'll be, where we think we'll be at the end of this fiscal year, based on the additional headcount and some of the cost savings we've already experienced. So if you're interested in Facilities and Finance, join us at the next meeting. Education Subcommittee report.
Dr. DeJesus and I did the Education Subcommittee meeting along with Paula Chamberlain on August 19th. We talked about our instructional community plan. Paula's still working on that, so she did give an update, and we talked about dialing down that plan. So the instructional community plan is a broad plan on, and it's required by law now, right? Okay. Just wanted to make sure I wasn't misspeaking. Required by law for them to turn in the instructional community plan, and we are also working on dialing it down to be kind of a roadmap of when our power goes out, when we have a flood, when something happens to where we can't open a school for a day or two. If we can't open Vasquez, what are we going to do? If we can't open High Desert, but the other two schools are open, what are we going to do? Just so our community, our students, our families, our staff all knows our plan ahead of time, and we're not scrambling to find a plan if the power is out at Vasquez again while High Desert and Meadowlark are still on. How are our kids going to be serviced? So we are still working on that. It's definitely not an overnight thing. So I do want to thank Paula for diligent work on getting that together. And it is what we talked about in the Ed Subcommittee meeting is the next steps are to talk to the unions, the teachers union, and also admin, and really get everybody's opinion and everybody's take on it before any plans are made. So thank you so much for putting all that together. She also gave us an update on the attendance recovery plan and Saturday school. It was a really good conversation. I know those meetings are recorded, so if you have an interest in that, definitely go back and watch that because it was a really good conversation, and there's some good plans to start attendance recovery in Saturday school and what the differences in that is. So our next meeting is September 19th. I've asked for future agenda items to be virtual academy program and kind of an update and which kids are in that and how many kids we're servicing and the full-time and the part-time and how many kids have come back, that kind of thing, and what our virtual academy looks like, how are students learning, that kind of thing. So just a detailed update of what our virtual academy program is, because I think a lot of people don't exactly know what our students are doing on virtual academy. And then also an update of our CTE programs. I know that they're growing and changing, and just where we're at with our CTE programs through our district. That's the end of that.
Thank you. Do you think that a presentation could be given to the whole board at a board meeting on kind of, what the virtual academy looks like, what a normal day looks like for a student, that sort of thing?
I think that would be cool. Paula's saying yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. We don't have anybody from the Policy and Management Subcommittee, but did they meet Dr. Sakian? Are you aware?
I want to say they are meeting right before the September 11th meeting at 5 p.m. So if anybody's interested, it's a public meeting. Come on by.
Submissions?
No submissions for this evening. Thank you.
Item 8, consent agenda. Can I get a motion?
I'll move.
I'll second.
Dr. Sakian?
There are no changes to the consent agenda. If there's any questions from the board regarding any one of the items, items A through, bear with me, I, my team and I are happy to respond.
Comment? Call the question?
Mays, aye.
Brianna, I.
Mask on, aye. Item 9, personnel report. Get a motion.
I'll move.
I'll second.
Dr. Sakian,
There are no changes to the PAR report for this evening. Thank you.
comment? Call the question.
Mesa.
Texoni, aye.
Mask on, aye. Subject B, approval memorandum of understanding between Alliant International University Incorporated and AAD USD.
I'll move.
I'll second.
Dr. Sakian,
Thank you. So if the MOU is approved this evening by our trustees, this will allow teacher candidates, school psychologists, school counselors to provide for us to provide their fieldwork experience here at our district in return for their support in the classrooms or in the offices and in line with our goals for our students if approved. Thank you.
discussion? Call the question.
Mesa.
Brianna Texoni, aye.
Mask on, aye. Subject C, Acton Agua Dulce Teachers Association proposal for the 24-25 negotiations for collective bargaining agreement Sunshine.
Yes, thank you. So on August 18th, ADA notified the Board of Trustees of their intention to reopen negotiations for the 25-26 fiscal year with salary and benefits as the automatic reopeners.
Subject D, Acton Agua Dulce Unified School District proposal for the 2024-2025 negotiations for collective bargaining agreement Sunshine. Dr. Slug.
Yes, in return, the district presented their successor proposal to ADA, our teachers union, with the same automatic reopeners of salary and benefits. Thank you.
Discussion? Item 10, Student and Education Services. Instructional Continuity Plan. I get a motion?
I'll move.
I'll second.
Dr. Sakian,
So our vice president did a really nice job of summarizing the ICP instructional continuity plan. Thank you, Ms. Brianna. And thank you, Dr. Chamberlain. I know that Dr. Chamberlain presented, seems like a while ago now, back in June, before we recessed for summer, the instructional continuity plan. And like Ms. Taxoni mentioned, it's a live document with updates, changes, and edits. But we have it as a file attachment of the draft continuity plan for an action item this evening.
discussion? Thank you for all your work on that. I know it's a lot. Thank you.
I didn't do anything. Paula, we just listened.
Call the question.
Mesa.
Brianna Texoni, aye.
Mask on, aye. Item B, LA County Arts and Culture Advancement Grant Program Agreement not to exceed 16,300. Get a
I'll
motion?
move.
I'll second.
Dr. Sakian,
Thank you. So the LA County Arts Culture provides support in arts education to districts in LA County, and we are LA County, part of LA County. And so this grant amount for 16,300 would be for this academic calendar to be implemented to support our arts education plan.
discussion? So this isn't from the general fund. This is a grant that we went out and got.
That's correct.
Oh,
That's
excellent.
awesome.
Well done. Call the question.
Mesa.
Brianna Texoni, aye.
Mask on, aye. Subject C, public hearing, sufficiency of instructional material. We can open this hearing at 16:54 PM. Dr. Sakian,
Thank you. So the public hearing for sufficiency of instructional materials and item D, resolution 2526.02, sufficiency of instructional materials. It's a resolution that provides language that the district provides sufficient textbook and instructional materials to all students. That includes our English learners, which are all aligned to academic content standards. This includes the subject areas of math, science, history, as well as English language arts. Thank you.
we close this hearing now? Or is it- Okay. We close this hearing at 16:55 PM. There's no action item on that. Yeah, okay. Subject D, resolution number 2025-2602, sufficiency of instructional materials. Get a motion?
I'll motion.
I'll second.
Dr. Salakia?
Thank you. So the resolution does indicate the subject areas in terms of sufficient materials and instruction materials for all of our students. Like I said earlier, that includes our English language learners. This is the subject areas of math, science, history, as well as English.
Discussion? Call the question?
Mesa.
Brianna Texoni, aye.
Mask on, aye. Number 11, business services. Approval, member Caribbean contribution, Keenan and Associate, CIRMA 2, not to exceed $209,251. Get a motion?
I'll move.
I'll second.
Dr. Sakian?
Thank you. I'll go ahead and defer to our Assistant Superintendent, Mr. Nguyen, to review the CIRMA, Keenan Associates, and the contract. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Salakian. This is a district annual renewal that covers property and liability for the 25-26 school year. It covers anywhere from property damage, from natural disaster to civil lawsuits. I'm asking the board to approve the contract.
Discussion? Is this an increase from the prior year or is it,
It is an increase, yes. Every year it
Well,
goes
sure.
up.
do we know how much of an increase it is?
It's about 2.5%.
Call the question?
Mesa.
Brianna Texoni, aye.
Mask on, aye. Subject B, amended, expanded learning opportunities program, school year 2025, 2026, Sansar Incorporated, not to exceed 433,500. Get a motion?
I'll move.
I'll second.
Dr. Sack?
Thank you. So with the increase of students to our district, we had to amend the contract with Sansar, doing business as Sunny Days. And this is coming through ELOP funds. And I'll
Yes.
defer to Mr. Nguyen to talk about the contract amendment.
Right. So we had an increase in enrollment and then also an increase in after-school services. Originally, we were going to be after-school services up to 70 students, but we have additional students want to enroll in after-school. So we increased it to 90 students. So the increase is from $68,000 more. And so it equates to be $433,500 from the original contract of $365,000.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Discussion? Call the question?
Mesa.
Brianna Texoni, aye.
Subject C. Oh, mask on, aye. I was looking. Subject C, approval, agreement for consultant services, social worker, Alondra De La Cruz.
I'll move.
I'll second.
Dr. Saki?
Thank you. So through the Mental Health Demonstration Grant, U.S. Department of Education, we have written into the scope of work to recruit social work interns. They're called MSW interns, Masters of Social Work interns from local colleges. We have MOUs with both California State University Northridge as well as USC, University of Southern California. And so we have a fieldwork student coming to us. And through this grant, we provide them a stipend per semester of $2,000 for their time being spent here to provide additional services of mental health supports to our students. And this, if approved, would provide that $2,000 stipend coming to the candidate. And that $1,500 comes out from the mental health demonstration grant and not from general funds. Thank you.
Thank you. Discussion? Call the question?
Mesa.
Brianna Texoni, aye.
Mask on, aye. Subject D, approval agreement for transportation consultant services, Lisa Patterson, not to exceed 30,000. In motion?
I'll move.
I'll second.
Dr. Sakian?
Thank you. Kai, would you
Right.
like to take this one?
Thank you. Yes. This is a contract renewal with Lisa Patterson where she trains our bus driver on an annual basis. In addition to that, she also trained new potential employees that are interested in becoming a bus driver as well. She charges $75 an hour. So I don't foresee us going up to 30,000 and maybe 10,000, but it gives us flexibility to, if we're going to train new employees to become bus drivers.
Thank you, Mr. Nguyen.
Thank you.
Discussion? Call the question.
Mesa.
Brianna Texoni, aye.
Mask on, aye. Subject E, approval of the contract with the Los Angeles County Office at Education, Best Advantage, and HRS System.
I'll move.
I'll second.
Dr. Hawken,
Thank you. So the 81 school districts that LACO supports
Yes.
throughout LA County have been moving in succession to a new platform for payroll and HR purposes. And this is request for approval for the contract with LACO for Best Advantage and HRS systems. Mr. Nguyen?
Yes, this is the annual subscription where LACO provides our financial system, human resource system, as well as our position control, as well as our legacy system, HRS. It's a system that they manage our financial and human resources.
discussion?
Is this replacing a different contract since we're moving to a new, or is this in addition to anything
Oh,
we've already paid?
this is the same contract that we renew every single year, so it's really no difference. They just added the HCM, position control, human resources, and the financial piece. Yes,
So the system's new, but the
Yeah.
contract is not,
correct.
the payment's not.
Yeah.
Cool.
Call the question.
Mesa.
Brianna Texoni, aye.
Mask on, aye. Subject F, purchase of combi oven, steam oven, and installation of electrical circuit. Motion,
I'll move.
I'll second.
Dr. Hawken,
Thank you. This would be for our Meadowlark Elementary site, funding coming through our cafeteria fund. Mr. Nguyen?
Yes, thank you, Dr. Salkin. This is to purchase the combi oven for Meadowlark Elementary School so that they can do scratch cooking, so they could warm up their food. It's $35,511 for the combi oven, and then $6,000 to install a new electrical circuit for the combi oven.
discussion?
So this is just an oven, not a cooktop, just.
It's an, yeah, it's,
It's an oven, okay, so it doesn't need any kind of hood vent systems or?
No.
anything like that. Okay.
Call the question.
Mesa.
Brianna Texoni, aye.
Mask on, aye. Subject D, purchase of Chromebooks. Get a motion,
I'll move.
I'll second.
Dr. Hawken,
Thank you. So the culprit's actually sitting in the back, Mr. Hedosia, for this expensive district. Kidding, levity aside. But I need to thank IT and Mr. Nguyen in terms of keeping tabs with the influx of students that have come our way to the district, which is a positive thing. Along with that comes additional equipment that's needed, and that includes our Chromebooks. Mr. Nguyen.
thank you, Dr. Salkin. Yeah, this is with an increase of, like what Dr. Salkin mentioned, with an increase in number of new students that we have and the end of life of the Chromebooks that we have, we just need to do a refresh cycle of the Chromebooks.
understood, discussion?
How many is that gonna be?
So the total cost
No,
for
but-
100 Chromebooks.
100?
Yes, sir.
I think it was before you got there, but we actually reviewed their replacement cycles within the, yeah,
That's
yep,
one that.
yeah, the number out there. So it's good that they're on a nice cycle to replace instead of trying to do one do them all or do them all at once. So that's good. Call the question.
Mesa.
Brianna Texoni, aye.
Mask on, aye. Subject H, consideration of adopting resolution 2025-26.01, temporary interfund cash borrowing for fiscal year 2025, 2020, or 26. Motion,
I'll move.
I'll second.
Dr. Hawken,
Thank you. I'll defer to Mr. Nguyen to explain.
This is normal practice for a lot of school districts where it allows us to borrow or transfer funds from Fund 17 to Fund 1, Fund 1 to Fund 17. We're not going to be using it, but in the event where we do, then it allows us the flexibility to borrow funds if we need to.
discussion. Will you notify us when that happens?
Oh, for sure, yes.
Call the question.
Mesa.
Brianna Texoni, aye.
Mask on, aye. Item 12, board policies and administrative regulations. Subject A, board policy and administrative regulation for district residency, new BP 5111.1 and updated AR 5111.1. First read.
Thank you. Bear with me, there's quite a bit of notes here that I have, so I'm just going to read it verbatim. So for the board policy and administrative regs for district residency, the recommended language updated provided by CSBA includes additional language of establishing district residency requirements for enrollment purposes, additional language regarding residency based on parent guardian employment. Once a student establishes residency, based on the criteria outlined, they are not required to reapply for enrollment in the following years. Additional language for acceptable documentation such as student residency in the home of a caregiver, an affidavit executed by the caregiver is sufficient documentation to verify residency. In addition, if a parent is in a safe at-home program, and requires a substitute address to be used by the district shall comply and accept that substitute address for any and all correspondences to student, parent, guardian, caregiver. Thank you.
Discussion? Is this a net new policy or is it an update to existing?
Update to an existing.
Call the question.
Mays, aye.
Brianna Texoni, aye.
Mask on, aye.
Oh, that was a first read.
Oh, that's first reading. Board policy for attendance boundaries, BP 5116, first read.
Thank you. If there is a need to review school attendance boundaries, the superintendent shall consider the following items: school enrollment data, feeder patterns in terms of matriculation, the programs at each and every school site, student safety, and this is just to name a few. If we do change boundaries for schools, that typically applies to if we have multiple middle schools, multiple elementary schools, and where they would feed from if we have to redesignate the boundaries and redraw the boundaries. But given our size, that doesn't necessarily apply to us.
Discussion? This doesn't apply to our total boundaries.
No,
It's
for,
within our current
the-
boundaries.
correct.
Subject C, board policy and administrative regulation for intra-district open enrollment, BP 5116.1 and AR 5116.1. First read.
Thank you. So we don't necessarily issue intra-district permits. We issue inter-district permits. Inter-district permits districts receive students from neighboring school districts. Intra is movement from school site to school site within the same school district. So that would apply if we had multiple elementary sites, multiple middle, multiple high. So that doesn't necessarily apply to us. However, the updated language provided by CSBA provides additional parameters for enrollment of a student to another district school site. So they just outline additional parameters if a student will move from site to site within the same school district.
Discussion? Item 13, board comments. Mr. Mays.
All right. Well, welcome everybody back to school. Welcome, Ken.
Ken, you're just in time for board comments. Would you like?
Thank you, ladies, for coming and letting us know what's going on. Very much appreciate it. I'm helping Heather with Acton Firewise, so that'll be something that should help with this whole thing as well. So thank you all.
We'll roll back. Mr. Faltzgraff.
Thank you. Let the record show whatever time I walked in the door. Three things. First off, I'd like to thank the fire department who came in and mopped up Crown Valley or Shannon Valley, whatever that fire was. I found it really odd that they could schedule 747 tankers and God knows what and get that fire out before it jumped over the hill and into Anaverdi and turned into a big deal, that they could do that in the time that it took me, in less time than it took me to drive from Acton to Sylmar, because there were 6 cars on a trailer that the same Los Angeles County Fire Department, who could exercise that level of expertise, could not put out 6 battery fires on a car, on a truck. That's amazing to me. There's a lot between the lines there, so I'm not going to mess up this meeting. Next thing, I went to the Antelope Valley SALPA kickoff of the Community Action or Community Advisory Committee meeting the other night. It was a kickoff where all kinds of people who offer all kinds of services for special education children, ranging from birth, identification, regional center services. And if you are a special ed parent and you feel alone or overwhelmed, there is a whole group. We have a fine CAC, a district rep here. I believe everyone met the new direction team at the Antelope Valley SALPA in our meeting. They were here to show there's a lot in front of things before Elizabeth's mental health team steps in. And so from the time you're born in this community until the time you're ready to go out in the world, and if you're never ready, that's okay too, but they were there. And I hope they show up at one of our campuses pretty soon, maybe Little Owls or something, and just have coffee with everybody. And, okay, I'm going to be good. Last night I went to a meeting and it sounded like a violent confessional a little bit. And I think people understood that when you are stuck in your office and you have all kinds of gadgets that tell you what the weather is going to be, and you can't just explain to people that when they put the power lines over the mountain up there in 1927 or whatever, they didn't figure out that maybe we should come over the mountain here and split and then come down the hill and then come down the hill somewhere else and loop it together like you do with your sprinkler system in your yard, just in case one valve. I mean, this is stuff that our team does on the football field irrigation system. So we can't do that. So we have some kind of sensor on the planet Pluto or something, and that says, and so then we shut the whole world down. And my concern is that, I like had to scold people for how to behave at a meeting. Think about that, right? But I think the community did really good to say, hey, we can't do nothing with rotten food. We can't run our businesses out of town. And there was just this weird distance. I'm a government employee, so I know what it's like to be responsible. But there was almost this dismissive thing about, I don't care about your business. I don't care about your community. And I reminded them that we didn't need much resilience planning when we were mining the Red Rover mine in 1854. There was no signal or anything like that. But what I did want to stress to them is when we take and shut down our schools without warning, and we have people, and I went on a Title IX speech, if somebody recorded it, there's a certain group of people that look different than me, and there's one of them up here or 2, and there's 4 that don't. It seems that group gets punished because they're the ones that got to go pick up the kids. They're the ones that are not there when the kids are gone. So I don't even want to go there, but I see it at work. Oh, you're not reliable. You're always out with your kids. And it starts there. And then it turns into, I can't go to work. I'm out in Acton. And it's just this disruptive thing that interrupts the continuum of our district. It interrupts the continuum of education. There are kids in the school district that need every day reinforcement of something they learned 10 days ago to get it. And when you get these gaps of 2 and 3 days, excuse me, and these people are left over here going, should we do it? Remember the board meeting we had with the lantern? I did a YouTube video. It's awesome, but we did a lantern board meeting because there was no power or something. It's like, if you're going to do all this resiliency planning, then put your money into putting generators in at the community center, at our community center, at the schools, and make sure that the community has a place to go. I mean, when my daughter died, this whole community come unglued to make sure one person was okay. But don't sit up there and tell us about why it was justified that you turned our power off because of something that happened 47 miles from here. And when you finally drug up out of bed in the morning and got in your helicopter, you could figure out that, oh, it's not windy. We knew it was windy. And I don't think some of the people that were at that meeting that's lived here for 60 years, I think they know what windy means. So I would hope that the work that's been done by the subcommittee, the Facilities and Finance Committee, this district has done its part. They talked about, do we have the money to do a generator? I think you guys talked about that. I think you talked about where your budget is, all your projects, all the measurables that got done. And so when they're left to do nothing, then it gets handed over to Paula and her education subcommittee, and they're trying to figure out, how do we have a continuum of education? Because somebody can't call us and say, hey guys, the lights are going to go off. I think we've got presumptive and I don't know the word. There's a couple words that come to mind, but I won't say them tonight. Just presumptive and dismissive. And sometimes we forget, you know, when we're running our program, that there are people out there that actually suffer. People that don't get promoted because they're the ones that always have to take care of the kids. There's all that. So if you're out there, I reminded everyone that when you give away your power as a public agency and you start subcontracting things out, whether it's power or tree trimming or whatever it is, you come at the whim of the market. And I want resiliency in this town. So if someone could we reach out and at least have those people talk to our subcommittee and understand what our subcommittee's goals are? But I do not want this to be some free-for-all in this room where everybody's freaking out these people. So all they have to do is say, well, the rednecks in Acton, all they want to do is be angry. No, we don't want to be angry. We just want our kids to come out of this district, and we want our parents to be employed, and we want okay food in the fridge. We're pretty simple people. Thanks, guys.
Ms. Texon.
Thank you. So first of all, welcome back to school. I think we've started off with a bang. Dr. Sahakian, do you have our enrollment numbers?
Yes, 1,120.
And that's up from last year at this time, right?
That's correct, by 60.
That's awesome. I did go to the Antelope Valley School Board Association executive meeting this week, and I believe that there's us and one other district in the valley that are up in enrollment. Everybody else is down, and they were talking about trying to get information if we needed to close schools, if we needed to, you know, downsize employees and that sort of thing. And our district has been there in the past where we have had to have those hard discussions. And it felt really good to not be in that position. So just kudos to every single person that's involved in bringing students in and retaining the students that we have. And that comes from the top all the way down. And that's having great students, great families and, you know, great programs to make people want to stay in our district and to make people want to come to our district. So that was very cool. We are having our AV SBA Education Summit So that's open to our board members to go. I will go. And I would love for you guys to join me and Dr. Sakian. I would love for our whole board to show up. It would be very cool. It's at Lancaster High School. On September 23rd, 6 o'clock, we kind of get a state of the, like a state of the school board, presentation, and also reps from CSBA, California School Board Association, will be there, and we've kind of given them suggestions on the topics that we would like to hear. So they will be covering a range of topics. Also, the president of the California School Board Association comes out for the day, whether she stays at the night before or comes out that morning. And they go on a bus tour. So our whole school board is welcome to join in on this bus tour. Our state representatives will be there. They mentioned, I believe Suzette Valadares is confirmed that she's going to go. And then the other ones, Whitesides and Lackey and Catherine Barger and Juan Carrillo have all said that they plan on attending, but they're not set in stone. So a lot of state representatives and the CSBA president and representatives from all of our school boards across the valley will go on a bus tour. They're talking about going to 2 of the special needs schools that houses students from all of our districts. And then also visiting CTE. So I was going to email Nancy Smith and let her know what CTE programs we have out here that differ from out there. I know we have the only culinary program. And also I was going to highlight our construction program. So I didn't want to send that out until I got feedback from the board or Dr. Sahakian on what would be great to kind of push to get that bus to come out to our school. Not a promise, of course, because there's lots of schools, but I think we have something great here to show off. So I would like to do that. So anyway, if you guys want to go on the bus tour, let me know or let Nancy know. I can RSVP for you, or that is on September 23rd. So we don't have the time of the bus tour yet, but yeah, she comes out, she does a whole bus tour of the valley, of different schools, and then we do
This
Check.
campus reopening is a big deal.
okay. Shoot me a text and let me know how I can, give me some pointers so I can sell it. So that is that. I would love for you guys to come and hang out. I'm always by myself. So when I go to these meetings, I just sit alone. So come hang out with me. Our fall sports have kicked off. Football last week, their home opener. I heard I missed a fantastic game. I'm so sad I missed it, but I had other stuff going on. So hoping to get out to all of the rest of our home games. But kudos to football and our football team and our coaches and our families. And they're playing right now, right? Tonight. And then so good luck to them. And I know that our other fall sports have kicked off with a bang. Kudos to our high desert sports, because in the past year, 2 years, 3 years, our Vasquez sports continue to build, and we're winning more and we're getting more championships, and there's so much excitement at Vasquez. And I do think that's because our high desert sports are growing and growing, and the effort that it takes to keep our junior high sports going is really showing now that all of the students at Vasquez had the opportunity to play in junior high. It's paying off. So I know High Desert is doing the extra effort to, like volleyball. Silver League doesn't have the JV volleyball, and High Desert is the only junior high that is continuing to have JV volleyball. And they're playing in 2 different leagues essentially, just to be able to let our younger kids play. And I think that that is fantastic. They don't have to do that. We have our program, we have our Silver League, and our varsity teams are playing, but they're just going above and beyond to let those JV players play. And that's huge. And they're the only ones in the valley that are doing that and really finding places and teams for them to play against, and going down to Santa Clarita and that sort. And just huge kudos to that whole campus and the sports teams and the families that are making those different drives. And that's that.
Thank you. Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more on the sports teams. They do so much for our kids. I can't tell you what it's done for my boys, just giving them that outlet of something to do. And the football game, Beverly Hills didn't stand a chance against Vasquez. No, 51. We got a safety. This is 51. 21. This is last weekend. So welcome back, everyone. And, as Brianna noted, to all our new families, welcome aboard and welcome to the school district. We're thrilled that we've been able to accomplish this year. And hopefully there's just more to come. I think Dr. Sakian said he was going to do it every year. Yeah. One of the things that I got to see, as I was leaving work, I came by and there was all these cars at the district office, and then it realized that this is a thriving campus again. And there's traffic and there's people picking up their kids and all those things. And it was just wonderful to see like the life in here. But it made me want to ask a question. All the other campuses have a name. What was the name of this school when it was just Acton School?
Acton School Longhorn.
Acton School Longhorns. So, it needs a name. It needs to be,
Well, we kept to the L, but we changed it to Little Owls.
is it the whole thing, Little Owls? Is it,
Mhm.
that's the name of the campus?
Learning Owls, Little Owls Learning Center,
Okay.
LOLC,
And that's for the whole, for TK through,
TK through K.
okay.
Mhm.
All right. So so it's Little Owls is the campus name?
Yes,
Kind of doesn't quite roll off the tongue.
Little Owls?
Yeah. Well, for a campus name, for the name of the site,
Oh,
it's still like
Well-
the district office. All right.
I know, it's subjective.
Yeah. Oh, we call it the DO every time. So is it?
Well,
Yeah.
we're the DO.
Yeah.
Sometimes we're running around like little owls or flying around like little owls, but that's
Okay.
LOLC.
All right. But again, welcome back, everyone, and thank you for all the effort that got us to this moment, as it does take every year. And that's all I have. Thank you. Calendar. We have an upcoming board meeting on September 11th. Any issues with that date for anyone? Nope. Future agenda items. I think we'll have the information session on the Virtual Learning Academy. That would be great. And with that, can I get a motion to adjourn?
I'll second.
Call the question.
Mays, aye.
Brianna Texoni, aye.
We adjourn the special board meeting at 5:28 PM.